Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm reviewing my Raleigh Strada Trail Sport 2, a bike of mine which I've owned for about 3 months. So as you can see, I bought it in this beautiful blue colour, just the right blue, perfect for this summer UK sky. So as you can see, we'll start off at the front and you will notice the really nice Raleigh logo there with the bird. Also the front suspension, which comes in handy for off-road. So I will say that this is a hybrid bike with a hardtail frame. As you can see, the angle of that frame is quite steep there. It's also got plenty of accessories, which we'll go through in a minute. It has adjustable preload here, as you can see, so you can just adjust it a little bit like that. So it tweaks around like that. So it adjusts the comfort of the riding depending on what off-road surface you're on. And you can lock it or unlock it, so it's got an open and close there. That means it won't go down. So it's locked and you can open it, and there's a little bit of travel there. So it has, according to Raleigh, 60mm of suspension travel at the front, which is great for off-road. Also provides good comfortability. And as you can see as well, it's got a hydraulic disc brake front and in the back as well. So it has incredible stopping power on the tarmac and off-road in the gravel, where this will ultimately thrive. Now you also have noticed the tyres. Now the tread of them it's not very off-roady as such. 650B wheel on it. So you've got like a small little tread here. I would say this is more suitable for like an off-road, not so much a good off-road mountain bike trail, but just like a gravel, still like gravel, subtle sort of trail off-road, like this grass here as well. It's quite good, doesn't do absolute wonders off-road, but it's suitable. Because of that suspension, it also buffs out some of the bumps on the road, especially the roads I drive on. They're particularly not well paved. So we'll come over to here. We've got a gear set provided by Shimano, so a 3x8 speed. So I would usually, when I first bought it, I'd expect it to be quite tall, but the gear ratios are quite close, so you can accelerate quite quickly. I usually have it on top gear all the time, and your legs kind of spin quite fast whilst going at that speed. So I can reach about 15 miles an hour on here fairly comfortably. Unless I'm going uphill, of course. I need to drop down a few gears. So you notice I've also got a Wildman phone case here, so I can obviously log into my phone and look on Strava, such as that, so I can check out my average speed, check out the time that I'm doing for my rides. Usually I do about a 10-mile ride. Also I've got mud guards front and rear, so that stops all the mud coming up if I do go off-road. It's in a medium, small to medium size frame, because I'm about 5'5" myself. And we come over to the back here, and one final addition I've added, other than the reflector, as you can see up there, and one in front as well, I've added a centre stand. Now this is quite a hefty thing to add, but it just means it gives it a bit better stability, especially like when I'm cleaning it, like I did for this video for example. But yeah, that's all that. And also the hydraulic brakes at the rear, it does wonders, especially good. I mean, I've had this on a 32-mile trip, so an on and off-road experience, and I had no issues with it whatsoever. The suspension really does wonders for the riding quality and the bike. What I will say is though, from all the additions, it does add weight. So as standard, it weighs about 13.5 kilos, which is fairly light because it's an aluminium frame, but I would estimate that with all these additions it probably weighs closer to maybe 15 to 16 kilograms, especially if you account for, you know, the rider wearing a helmet as well, the phone, and if you need a battery pack you can also fit one in there as well. So yeah, it's not the lightest bike with all them additions. However, it is quite easy to ride, it does accelerate quite nicely. Now let's take it on a ride and then we'll see how we go with it. So I'll catch you in just a minute. So the Raleigh Strada Trail Sport 2. What do I think of it? Well, upon riding impressions, it's very good indeed. The tyres, although they're not the most suitable for severe off-road courses, provide plenty of traction on the tarmac and turf surfaces. The front forks provide an ample ride quality, and they can also soak up some potholes, providing they're not too large. As well, it's flickable, so you can avoid unnecessarily big ones as well. So if the road surface does get too severe, you can swerve out of the way. The handling is very sharp too, thanks to the high profile tubeless tyres giving you good traction on and off road. The application of the Acera 24 speed is magnificent for this. The gear ratios are quite tight, I know, but they provide ample acceleration, so you can just shift through and it goes very quickly as well. Combined with the hydraulic disc brakes, you'll have no problem stopping down in an emergency situation. So this bike is quite agile, so what I'm going to show you now is a brake test from an arbitrary speed and see how quick it can slow down from a point. Then I'll show an off-road test. Coming up a path here to see how fast it can brake. I'm about 21 kilometers an hour. Brake when you get to the tree, end of the tree. Excellent braking. Well, let's continue with this review. Okay, going to check my 6 here, then we're going to go off-road. So, let's see how it handles. You see this is quite strange turf here. I'm on 3x7 with my gears. You can see how it's quite light here. It's soaking up the bumps very nicely. Oh, got my Strava off. So this is about a mile long of off-road. There is a section where there's some shells coming up. Oh, that's it. Very nice here. Obviously my cycling shorts are dampening in this a bit. Didn't wear them, I might have a sore ass right now. Oh, oh. Yep. Sorry if it's a bit nauseating footage. It's a little bit shaky. Stability's alright. This is where tractors come down. This is like a route down farmland, so a public sort of pathway as well. I notice this is fairly comfortable. Maybe it'll build up quite a bit of speed here. I'm not going to go in the top gear just yet. Might do it now. Barely any wind this way. Coming to here, my gosh, there was loads of wind. Oh, big to pit. Ooh, had to freewheel it a little bit there. No, this isn't the most harshest land I can test it, but I think this is the appropriate place. With the customer of this Strada Trail Sport 2, this is probably where you would want to take it. Downhill trails like this would be fine. So here we go, we're on the shell part. Wow, the sun's really reflecting that in my eyes. It's quite bright. You can see all the crop fields around here. It's like apple orchards coming up soon. Doing very well. This is actually fairly smooth. Ride quality is not made worse by the shells. Oh, stones on the ground though, can't really avoid them. It's quite a good section here. The tyres are really good, they're going to need them clean when I get home. This bit's a bit more softer, let's speed things up. Avoiding the deep parts. Let's hope a tractor doesn't come down here. There we go. It soaks up these minor potholes quite well. Going down some bit rougher terrain here. There we go, it's very stony here. Drop it down a bit more. There we go, nearly shifted it a gear higher than it could go. Got a listen to the gear sound, listen to the rumble. See, whoa. Let's go down here, let's see how it handles. Whoa. A little bit hippity-hoppity. No, not inherently uncomfortable. I mean, I can imagine if you did this quite often, for say half an hour at a time, it probably would give you a very sore bum. It's doing very well. Oh, nice and shaded here. See, this bike isn't the fastest in the world. It certainly is no road bike. No, I'd have intentions of going faster, would actually purchase a road bike. Oh, a little bit better there. We're nearly over, about 90% of the way through. There we go. Got some farm equipment down there. Oh, this part is unexpectedly quite rough. Oh. Do not take this on a race bike. If you have a cyclocross, this would do fairly well. Probably not as well as this hybrid hardtail mountain bike type thing.
Overall, I've really enjoyed this bike over the past 3 months and hope to keep doing longer trips with it again and again. And it's also quite useful to commute to work as well, and especially since I saved nearly 30% off its retail price. That's a bargain for the experience it's provided me so far.
But anyway, I think I'll wrap up the review right there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Please like and subscribe. Peace.